What is your name?
Isaac Thompson.
What is your quest?
To seek the Holy Grail.
How does cloning relate to genetic engineering?
What? I don't know. Ah! We are the knights who say biology, and we demand an answer. How does cloning relate to genetic engineering?
Well, you see,
What is cloning?
What kind of cloning? Genetic, reproductive, or therapeutic?
There's 3?
Well, genetic cloning is when a gene of interest is located and copied and removed and is then used for scientific purposes.
What about the other 2?
Therapeutic cloning is when the nucleus is removed from any somatic cell in an organism and is placed in an unfertilized egg, which the nucleus has been removed. And reproductive cloning is when the embryo that is the result of therapeutic cloning is placed in the womb of a woman where it can grow into a fetus.
Huh.
Now, under the topic of cloning, mitosis is nature's cloning, and it happens inside our own bodies. The process creates 2 identical diploid cells, just like the cloning creates an identical copy of the original organism. There's also a process called meiosis, which creates 4 genetically unique cells. Therefore, mitosis and meiosis are opposites.
Huh.
What is genetic engineering?
Genetic engineering is when you edit an organism's DNA. The goal of genetic engineering is to add 1 or more traits that are not already there. Genetic engineering came about due to the discovery of restriction enzymes by microbiologist Werner Arber. In genetic engineering, you can modify the genotypes of an organism, which in turn could change the phenotypes of an organism. Typically, genetic engineering techniques are used to modify an embryo, but through a very difficult process, it can be done to adults. It is difficult because many more cells have to be modified compared to an embryo.
Huh. Now, as to how they relate. To clone something, you must use some of the techniques used in genetic engineering.
A key difference between genetic engineering and cloning is that cloning creates genetically identical clones, whereas genetic engineering deals with creating different versions of an organism, sometimes a completely different organism.
One similarity between cloning and genetic engineering is this. Both cloning and genetic engineering are usually implemented on unborn organisms.
and that is how cloning relates to genetic engineering. Okay, you can go.